My name is Jeff Smith. I'm Director of Finance and Facilities Development and Corporate Real Estate for John Muir Health in California. So John Muir Health decided to procure a project management system largely as a result of an adverse audit that I inherited when I started working at John Muir Health along with the rest of the members of my department. At the time, the organization was just starting an $800 million program of the 2 hospital towers that was simply tracked in a couple of very clunky Excel spreadsheets. So we determined that it was really important to get out of Excel spreadsheets to build a cost information into a system where everybody could access it. So today we're using EBuilder in 2 main functions. Our first instance, we're using it for our typical construction projects. Our second instance, we're using it for our electronic medical records implementation, or EPIC as we call it. For our first instance, we're using modules such as the cost module, the documents module, where we interact with DocuSign. We do have a lot of structured workflows in the processes module. We are also using the time tracking module, reports module, and the forms modules as well. All the cost information is current in the system where everybody internally in the organization can see what the budgets is, what the forecast is, and your commitments and spend and everything else, as well as all the other documents. Rather than having a few documents locked up in a filing cabinet or someone's drawer, everybody has copies of all the contracts, change orders, agreements, and other related project documents. It's also great too because for our larger projects, projects we define as $1 million or more in total project costs, we have our architects and general contractors as EBuilder users as well. And so they're able to submit their submittals and RFIs, PCOs, change orders, and things like that, all within a system where the architects, contractors, and we as the owner have access to all of it. So we find we have the data more real time, the information more readily available. Back in 2013, EBuilder approached John Muir Health as well as Scripps Health and Minnesota DOT to help pilot DocuSign. So we had quite a bit to help pilot DocuSign and actually implemented it for ourselves in early 2014, which before, when we were doing manual hard wet copy signatures for our different documents as far as third-party contracts or internal approval forms, it would take us an average about 16 calendar days to route those hard copy documents around and procure all the wet signatures. When we implemented DocuSign, we immediately shrank that 16 days down to only 5 days, and within a few months we had shrunk that down to only 2 days for average approval processing time. So we had reduced our processing time by over 80%. We had shaved out of the overall just signature approvals. Also too, our record with that is only 35 minutes to have one change order approved by 3 different companies sitting in 3 geographical different offices and locations throughout the San Francisco Bay Area. And before DocuSign, that would have taken us probably at least a couple of weeks to track all those hard copy signatures down. So it's totally streamlined our business, helped us be much more effective. EBuilder impressed us with how it was very much off the shelf, very particularly focused on the users, what the users wanted and needed. The second thing where we've really been impressed by EBuilder over the years is their continual focus on customer support. Unlike many companies who, once they start collecting the license fees and then never respond or visit you again, EBuilder has always been great as far as periodically checking in via phone call or emails, as well as physically coming to California and seeing us and making visits with us in our office where we can meet face-to-face to talk about the product, struggles and challenges and also successes and other ideas. So really appreciate their focus on trying to make sure they're meeting our needs as well as responsiveness when we do have issues. So overall, the customer service has been tremendous with EBuilder.